talking about. That's what I like to see. Ravens. Waiting for all players to join you in orbit. I'm pretty sure it's just Rip. Awesome.
There we go.
All right, so we are live here on Ravens Twitch. Thank you for joining us. And my name is Private Black. I'm the leader of the Ravens of the Realm, and I have a very special guest with me here today. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Ripnerd. I'm part of the welcome committee, and I'm the only one joining tonight.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I do appreciate a good one-on-one conversation. I think even when you first joined, I was like, you know what, Rip? I'd like to sit down and have a cup of coffee with you and just talk. You remember that?
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. We're probably gonna do that in Tennessee. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, why not? Yes, I don't know how much coffee I'll be drinking in Tennessee. Maybe there'll be something else in there as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's for me too. I had some good warming up this week though. I don't know if it was the weekend, last weekend, or the beginning of this week, but I got a bottle of Hennessy, and it was very good.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was very, very good.
that
I heard
sounds
some people
good.
talk about it, and I was like, you know what? I need to drink that again. I haven't drunken that for a while.
It's good to get people's perspectives on things sometimes and just
Oh yeah.
revisit some things. I will agree with that. Well, as everyone knows, the purpose of these meetings is to get more Ravens involved that want to be involved with our community. So normally I go through the whole housekeeping things, but since it's just me and Rip today, I don't really see the need for all that. What do you think, Rip?
No, no. I think I know the rules. Speak when spoken to.
So on and so forth and all that jazz.
Yep.
Fantastic. Let's get right into it then. Um, so this is town hall number 17, I believe. We've almost hit the magic 20. We skipped last week. There was we had some stuff going on, so we weren't able to make that. But in the week before that, I don't know if anyone ever actually noticed, but I changed it to where they're every other week now instead of every week because it's getting a little
Right.
bit tedious to find things to talk about, as we were just discussing. Rip.
Right. Right. But there's been a lot of activity in the clan, and good and bad, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, we're kind of making sure that the PvP is up and running, which I think is pretty good.
yeah, and it's I will say that PvP is going great, and it's really hard to get people involved with raids these days. Um, how do you feel about that, Rip? Is it normally like reset day
Well,
and then they're done?
yeah, I've done nothing this week as far as raid is going. I did nothing. I just
Mm,
did not feel like doing raids this week, but it's also I think to do with like if you have a certain light level, it's very easy to do the COE, for instance, to get the same armor, and there's many ways to get armor and weapons now. So
mm-hmm.
the raid isn't the only one, which I think is pretty nice. I enjoy having like what 20 minutes, and I get a nice 330 plus weapon from Varix, and it's not bad.
No, you're right. You're right. I think we're gonna just pop a squad over here in front of the Vanguard table down here below. We've got this beautiful view
Okay.
right here. I think that might be best. Oh, did you see what's on
There
my
we go.
back, Rip? I don't know if you.
I'm heading there now. I get sidetracked very quickly. That's what I realized whenever I play this game. I struggle to have conversations with people. Oh, finally, the touch of malice. How is it? Have you done a raid with it yet?
I did. I was on set filming for the latest parody music video that we're working on. I don't know if you saw that sneak peek, and I got to use it for the first time, and it was pretty nice. I will say that, um, especially with the sisters and just being able to just rip through them. Like it's
It's
nice.
kind of nice, right?
Hmm.
Did did it make you feel that it was worth the trouble?
Yes and no. Um, I will say that I'm still a firm believer that it's the crutch of malice, not necessarily the touch of malice, because it almost makes me. I wonder if people in the forums for like Touch of Malice or you don't get to raid with us, you know, kind of like Galahorn.
Ah,
It's kind of how I'm not saying I've seen that, but I think that it could delve into that really quickly on the forums if you know we got some year two players who are like I got the Touch of Malice and they run into other year two players who don't have it and then they're like, well, I'm not gonna take you into a raid.
sorry, we don't take poor people into the raid. No.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know if it's that necessary. I haven't done a raid where we got stuck as far as DPS goes. Um, I think the last one there was a 307 or something in it, and that was a problem.
Mm.
Or not the most recent one, but the last time I had an issue with defeating the sisters was it's just because we had two low-level people in there,
Yep.
and they
Yep.
didn't have it either. So as far as mechanics goes, you're not gonna beat the sisters if you don't put out the damage.
That
So
is very true, and weapons do come into play like that. Hello, viewers. Thank you for joining us. I do see Phantom and Ballistic in the chat. Thank you for joining us. And then I think we have a third person who hasn't spoken yet in the chat, but thank you for joining us. Me and Rip were just talking about what's on my back, if you can't see it, which is the touch. But anywho, so a couple of things I wanted to definitely touch on today. I don't know, Rip, have you been to the website lately? Have you seen what we got going on there?
I've seen the tournament, the PvP tournament. I've seen the T-shirts. I actually was on there this week.
Mm, mm.
Um, I wanted to write down a suggestion because I wasn't sure if there's going to be a town hall or not. So
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
like, okay, I'll just. It was going to be not a long one, but I think it would be kind of good seeing that there was a lot of events happening this week and the week before and in the clan. So I thought like maybe we can do something that we can play together more in
Yeah.
a calmer environment. Because I clearly am a person that's always calm, you see, so I
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
talking about
I
all the
know how
time.
calm you get in PvP. It's beautiful.
Oh, man.
So calming.
Yeah, I'm far too old to lose my temper, you know. I've spent many years perfecting my calmness.
Hey, you know what?
Oh
I
boy.
understand. I understand. But yeah, well, I mean, what was your suggestion? I mean, it sounds like you got it right there in front of you.
Well, it was mainly because there's a lot of guys that I see that there's a lot of activity in the PvP, but it also goes, I guess, for PvE. And I've realized that there were people. Let's start with the PvE. There were a lot of people that needed to do raids or COEs, and they were like, okay, no one ever signs up, and all these things. But I also realized that they've become more vocal in wanting what they wanted, and also signing up,
Mm-hmm.
which makes other people sign up. And also, even in this environment right now, where there's not a lot of people wanting to do PvE, they still jump on and help these people.
Mm.
So I think that's, given the circumstances, that always helps, and it's what we've said before. Now, to be more vocal. Like, if you want something, speak up a little bit more and sign up, you know? Don't just say, like, yeah, I tried once and no one responded. Um,
Exactly.
I mean, even if you check the Line app, come 4 p.m. Central Time to 6 p.m. Central Time, the Line app's pretty quiet because everyone's going back from work to home.
Yep.
So you start seeing patterns like this. Like if someone speaks in those hours, no one's really responding because they're either going to drive home or they're going to take the train home or, you know, they just want to get home.
Right.
And once they get home, things get a little more active. So translating that over to the PvP side, I mean, there's been some activity recently, and that seems to have resolved itself nicely. And also, we're competing against one another, so, and given the current state of Crucible and my personal opinion of it, I don't know if anyone else shares this, but the whole skill-based matchmaking garbage that made me leave the whole Call of Duty series to come to Destiny, and now it's here, and it's like, this is awful, but okay. But my suggestion would be is, I personally would like to play more Crucible, but I don't want to play it under that type of atmosphere. Not, and I know it must be very frustrating for people to play with me if I am grumpy or angry or
Salty.
You know, it's
Right.
not. Yeah. Um, and that. Yeah, that word right there.
It happens.
And
It happens.
yeah,
I don't
it
know what to
does.
tell you.
It does. But you know, it's not. I'm not directing it at anyone. It's just, it happens. It's nothing personal. It's really, and we've had these conversations where someone and Ravens going at Ravens as well, and they say things to each other. It's not. It's just in that moment, and you move on.
Right.
But I do think like with the way that we're playing now against each other and all those, would be good if we can develop this into like a weekend thing where people can have people to play trials with. So there are clearly people that are very good, and this is a way to see what they are. And I know there are people that say that if you play trials, you just don't want to be carried. You shouldn't say carry me or all these things. But the reality of the situation is that there are obviously some of us that are much better than others. I'm not
Right.
included in that group, obviously. In case someone was wondering, I can't carry my own damn lunchbox to school, but I want to learn and I want to do more of it. And I think actually now it's a very good environment to play Crucible in. It's actually the environment where it's less about the algorithm of skill-based matchmaking and more to do with kind of teamwork. And
Mm.
that's something that's developing nicely now. I
Mm.
think that'd be a good idea to have specific people that are very good to say, you know what, I'm gonna spend an hour or two. Whoever wants to come, let's join up and go through it. And also, a big portion of it is it would be good to play with the same person every weekend, so that you get to know them in trials. That would be kind of nice. I don't know
Right.
how that will kind of be structured, but I think that's the main core of my idea to have this PvP or matchmaking session of people coming together and playing with the same type of people a bit more regularly. Um, Specifically, I guess, related to PvP where it matters. I
Okay,
guess
so
PvE doesn't matter too much, but
let's break that down. So you're basically saying weekend trials help and consistency with the help.
right, right,
So if we were to take a look at that and say something like trials, signups, where it's fair, first come, first served. There's no like
hmm
animosity about that, and then uh, individuals would lead that. So say, let's just pick on Danny for example. Say Danny says
right,
trials with Danny this time. Sign up on the website. Bam, there it is, and
right,
people could see that and sign up accordingly. Now, of course, not everyone's going to, it's first come, first served, but that would put it out there in such a way that everyone has access to it.
right, right. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. There's obviously people that are much better than us, and there's so much that you can learn, but it all comes down to playing. And say, for instance, the one person like Danny, if you can use his name, playing with two other people. If I'm playing with someone and we seem to be getting along more, we can take that further and we can look for a third. I mean, we know that Danny can't play with us all the time because, I mean, the guy do want to go flawless.
Oh, jeez.
You know, we don't want to be weighing the poor guy down all the time, but I mean, it could be a good environment. It's a smaller group, and maybe it can lead to a
R-
bit more development among people.
I
Positive
agree with you. I
development.
agree with you. And I will say that it is, I jump into a lot of situations where sometimes I go flawless unexpectedly with a team,
Right, exactly.
and those kinds of situations happen not very often, mind you, but they do happen. So, and I do appreciate the consistency of going flawless with the team, and I will agree with you there. I think I spoke to Onaki about this, and his comment was, you know what, uh, private, most of the time, majority of the time, whenever me and Danny play with you, we end up going flawless without trying too hard. I was like,
Right.
I could see that being true. But I've also been flawless with Alan quite a few times. I know that he
Right.
makes a really good teammate, and I'm sure that he would be down
He's really
to
good.
put his name up there. I don't know how skilled he feels like he is, and maybe he can carry some individuals to the lighthouse. Oops, I said it. Carry. Get over it. Um,
It is kind of what it is, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah. I'm
difficult
not
to say it
even.
otherwise.
No, but I do agree with your idea. I think it's something that we can take a step further and really try and put it out there for people to get more involved. Because there are specific people out there that I see calling out in the chats, hey, anybody doing trials or want to run trials
Hmm.
or just want to do bounties. There are some people who don't even, see themselves ever reaching the lighthouse. And I'm not going to say it's sad, but it's a little discouraging, I guess, at the same time, because they've all but given up on it. And I don't want to say that they don't have the ability to do that, because I think everyone does. They just have to practice. Um,
Right.
I think that's key.
Right. And that's the thing. It's the practice is really playing with a similar group of people, and once that cycle is continued, I say imagine 4 weekends in a row,
Hmm.
and you've played and you know the type of playing that you have to do.
Yeah.
So the specific person that you're playing with, you might have played with them before, or you might not have, but they have an idea of how to play, how to do call-outs and all these things, and it becomes progressively better for everyone. Um, and knowledge leads to calmness, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Uh, you get frustrated because you're not very good at the game, or you're not knowing what to do, or you're not knowing the map.
I
So
will
once
say
those
that.
factors are removed, yeah,
Mhm. I will say I agree with you there.
that,
That's all I was gonna say.
yeah,
Keep going.
yeah, no, no, no. And that's the thing. This is just more me trying to get rid of the negativity that I experience when I play with the current state of PvP, because it is frustrating. And I see the chat today. I mean, not a lot of people were having success in PvP today, which is surprising if you're playing with a full fire team.
Yeah. Well, let's also take into consideration that all those people that normally do trials, they're not in trials right now, and they might be
Right.
playing with their friends in Six's playlist. And there was a couple times where I went into Sixes last night where I think the last match that I played last night, we just got dominated. There was a team of us, and there was two guys on the other team that had like at least half of the points that the other team had. They were just ripping through us. So, and you could definitely tell the skill difference between those people and the other people on the team, because when you walk up to them or you come up to them, they have a whole different like set of things that they do in order to kill you than say like someone who isn't quite as skilled.
Right.
um, there is a lot of stuff going on in PvP, and I do agree with you on how we should probably take advantage of that. And I will say one good thing that we have taking advantage of is the in-house PvP event. I'm
Right.
gonna segue into that. If no one, well, if you haven't checked it out, please do on ravensoftherealm.com/PvP, I believe. Yes, /PvP. Um, and we've got the entire setup, matches, who's won, who's lost. In fact, I think I'm gonna log in there and just check it out real quick. Rip, what team are you on?
No, I didn't sign up this time.
You didn't
I
sign
was
up
a
this
bit,
time.
no, 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 not this time. I
Hmm.
needed to not play with people again. No, I didn't know how it was gonna work before, because I was under the impression it was just a light-hearted play, and I realized people take it quite seriously, and I was like, shit. This is
It's
not, this is like hardcore strats, like bubbles feeding golden guns and people doing sniping lanes. I was like, shit, this is like intense. Like,
so clearly you were
okay.
watching some of the live streams.
It's like, I'm going to, yeah, I don't think I'm going to sign up for this one. I'll give it a break. I
Hey,
think I
you
need
know
to go
what?
back to the drawing board.
Giving yourself some time, or even just watching the matches, and you can
Yeah.
learn some stuff from it. So let's go ahead and go through it. I mean, I'm here on the page now, and I'm looking at it, and I want to say thanks to Mike Patkil for coming up with the idea of setting up its own separate page, and we can use this for all future events. So specifically, I know in the beginning we were going to call this a tournament, and for the sake of the fact that we weren't choosing team members, we decided to call it a 3v3 event instead of a tournament. We wanted there to be an idea of randomness, about it, and I know that was Anaki's initial feeling about it as well. So let's go through the team names, shall we? Rip, are you looking at it?
I'm bringing it up now.
All right. Well, I'll go through the team names and the individuals on each team. So first up, we've got Cade's Angels. I like that team name. It's pretty damn good. Um, on Cade's Angels, we've got Jersey Blackhammer, Mike Patkil, and El Guapo. Right. Next team, we've got Cosby's Sleeper Stimulants. That was quite the rave when it first came out, and it's still kind of funny actually now that I read it and look at it. So on that team, we've got Where's Naldo, Alanator, and EE.
Oh, that's a good team.
All right. So third team, we've got Drop That KD Down Low, and we've got Persona, My Life is G, and Danny Boy. Really good looking team right there.
Yep.
And we've got Paradox Control, whoop whoop, Stu, Private Black, which is me, and Fox. And then we've got Triple Respect, Frostgrove, Mud, and JMO. And we've got one here. Let's see. Win or lose, we booze, which is Colony, Tyrell, and Griff. Alright, then we've got witty team name here, which is Wiggs, Titan, and Rev. And last team we've got is You Mad Bros, Dark Soldier, Anaki, and Phantom. So we had a really good turnout. And just by, I mean, if you're on the page right now, you can actually see the live setup of actually what has happened during these matches and which teams actually moved forward and which teams went into the losers bracket. So,
Right.
Can you see that, Rip?
Yeah, I have it here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and let you go through it.
So it looks like round 2. You wanted me to read off who won between the matchups?
Yeah, let's do that.
In round 1. So in round 1, between Triple Respect and Drop That KD Down Low. Drop That KD Down Low went through 2-0, and they're going to be facing the winner of Paradox Control and Witty Team Name here. And the winner there was Paradox Control. That's you guys, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good match. Damn. Win or lose, we booze. Still have to face You Mad Bros. They still need to schedule a time.
It looks like they did try to meet up in the middle of the week, and that didn't work out. They tried for over an hour, I think, to try and match up.
Was that Wednesday, I think?
I think so. It was after, might have been after reset or the day of reset. I can't remember.
I remember there was like a day they couldn't match up, and I switched off because I had to go do a few things. But yeah, then it's finally Cosby Sleeper Simulants against Cade's Angels, and Cosby Sleeper Simulants went through. So they're waiting on whoever is going to be winning between bracket 3.
Yes.
It's going to be good.
I'm really liking the setup, and I'm also going to thank Cracker Bear on some of the updated graphics on the website. I don't know if you saw the one on the homepage, Rip, there. It's actually pretty sweet looking. It's got the polygons and then the raven in the background, and it's got this purple look to it if you go to the homepage.
I go there now.
We also took out quite a bit of the quite a bit of those old school Destiny art that we had in there. Nothing was wrong with it. We just wanted it to be more of like, hey, this is the Ravens page, not like a Destiny specific page.
Right.
Even though we are primarily a Destiny clan, but we do play other games as well. One of my favorites that Cracker Bear came up with is if you head over to the streaming tab and you check out that camo, the digital camo there with the raven behind it. I don't know if you've seen that. That's pretty sweet.
What's the camo made out of? Looks like it's a collage of images, or is it just a camo?
I think it is just a camo. It's a legit camo.
It's photos of you, Inaki, and Rave all collaged into a camo.
better, better freaking not be. Better not be.
We had to make it really small, because, Inaki.
So I did want to just reach out to Mike, Pat, and Cracker Bear and say thank you for everything that you guys do for the Ravens. I appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of us, and I know that there are other individuals out there that do their own part as well. But I definitely wanted to take the time to acknowledge them this evening. And speaking of members, we're going to talk about new members and applications. Rip, did I talk about that last town hall meeting? What did I say? I can't remember. Let me go to it.
You said they were closed and we were at 100, but then a few things happened until the last couple of weeks.
Yep. A lot of things have happened, and a lot more things are going to happen. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there, and let everyone know that recruitment was closed as of April 21st. Individuals could still put in applications. However, I was not doing anything with those applications at the time, and I wanted to put in a process where, let me back up. It was brought to my attention that I was having a little bit of difficulty with removing individuals, and I wasn't staying on top of it because we do have the 25-day inactivity rule. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm kicking people every 25 days, simply just because I can. Now, if you're communicating and letting me know what's going on, you got life happening to you, because let's face it, you can't stop life. It's coming at you hard and fast. Am I right, Rip? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. So communication is key there, but I just wanted to reiterate that, I'm not going to, there is a 25-day inactivity rule, but also we added something else to that rule as well. Let me go to it. I don't even know it off the top of my head. Something along the lines of, if you're inactive for 25 days, then you'll be removed from the clan. If you believe you're going to be inactive or not playing / participating for a period of time longer than the above inactivity rule, then please communicate that and then remove yourself from the clan and then reapply once you become more active. And we delved into this pretty hardcore, and essentially at the top of all of these is communication is key. Now, if you've got circumstances, I think, who was it specifically that asked me? I think Jersey was the one who asked me specifically. He said, hey, I'm not going to be active for 25 days. Do I need to remove myself from the clan? I'm like, no, we've already had our conversation. You communicated that to me and that you still want to be a part of the Ravens, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. Now, if there are individuals who know that, they probably need to excuse themselves. I've had a few people even who applied the first time, and they knew what the rules were up front and the 14-day rule, and they said, you know what, I'm going to wait to apply before I can be more active, which is essentially what that rule is like, you excuse yourself because you're not going to be participating in anything, even the line chat, which is fine, I mean, we're a revolving door. Unless you get banned for a specific offense, then you won't be welcome back. Yeah, so about new people and applications. First off, let's go over new people. I'll be starting that back up and replying to applications tomorrow. I know we've got quite a few applications out there that have not been responded to, and hopefully they read the post on the website that says recruitment was closed as of 4/21, and hopefully they see their emails when I do send them an email out tomorrow. But I wanted to go over what that means for us as a community. I want to be more active in recruiting active people, and what that means is actually going out there in the community and posting specific things in different places, Reddit, the Bungie forums, anywhere specifically. I know we've got quite a few people that are involved with the division. That's still going on. I mean, I'm even open to recruiting division people. Now, I haven't increased our cap, and that's something that I kind of touched on with Anaki and Rev. I'm not sure if we need to, but I will say that the 25th of every month, individuals will be kicked from the clan without, that have not communicated or have not spoken to any of the leaders. So, and that is, I didn't leave. I asked Rev to take charge of that. And what that means is that those individuals will receive messages, and after that, they will be removed from the clan for inactivity. It's as simple as that.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's that. Let's see. About that information leak. You hear anything about that, Rip? What was it?
Information leak?
The Iron Wolves, all that fun stuff.
Oh, right, the downloads. The new expansion.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check that out. So supposedly, this quote unquote leak. I don't I don't know if I actually believe that anything is a legitimate leak anymore. Um, so apparently, two sources familiar with Bungie confirmed the authenticity of the quote unquote leak, which is that awesome poster. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, for the Rise of Iron expansion. It's going to feature a new raid and will be larger than the 2 Year 1 DLC packs, according to the source. But it's not clear how this expansion is related to Destiny's regular Iron Banner event. But in the picture, you see Lord Saladin brandishing what I've come to determine as an axe, not a hammer. That thing is clearly meant for just slicing through people. It looks very sharp as I look at it again. But I wanted to say specifically, for those of you who do not know who the Iron Wolves are, I wanted to go over that. Rip, you know who the Iron Wolves are?
No, I didn't really read up much about the Destiny lore.
Yeah, well,
There's a lot of things that I need to probably catch up on, but
I enjoy reading up about the Destiny lore. It's very interesting. I feel like it gives me a little bit more to, how do you say, get my rocks off on. That's probably the best way to put that. Makes me more excited to play it whenever I see specific things or names or anything like that. Let's see, what did I do with it? So, where is... I have this in a message somewhere, who the Iron Wolves are, and I sent it to someone, and now I can't find it. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so the Iron Wolves are Waylorian's March, Cullivant's Duty, Finala, I think that's how you say the name, Finala, yeah, and Deidris, Hakon Hatchet, Nerwin's Mercy, Ashraven, woo, and Bertomart. I think that's how you say it. Oh, and Tormod, yeah, that's his name. They are known as the Iron Wolves. So that'll be very interesting.
so what is the history with them? What?
So the original Iron folks were all but wiped out, I believe, and these are the step-ins. They're called the Iron Wolves. So, you remember the original Iron Banner weapons, they all had names to them, and those were specific people that fell, I believe, during the Battle of the Twilight Gap, if I'm not mistaken. And if I'm wrong, please someone correct me, but that is my understanding, and that once the lords, they were called the Iron Lords, and once they fell, individuals were inducted in to take their places, which is, they're known as the Iron Wolves. So they came up with a name for themselves, which is pretty cool, I thought.
Nice.
Yow. So the last thing that I wanted to share is that we are actually going to be part of a charity stream, and I wanted to see if we had any volunteers who wanted to be a part of it. More specifically, this charity stream is for Meeple Solutions. And for those who don't know what a 24-hour or a charity stream is, it's a 24-hour online fundraiser where different organizations and community groups come together to help support the opening of Meeple Solutions, which is, in case anyone who doesn't know what it is, a community center, the first of its kind. It's all about growing community through positive gameplay and creative arts with the focus on kids with ASD. If you don't know what ASD is, it's the autistic spectrum disorder, and homeschool families. So that will actually begin, which I'm very excited about, August 12th, and starts at 4:30 p.m. and it will go through to Saturday 4:30 p.m. So what I was thinking is that I could sign up for a couple time slots, and this is all for charity, you know. And we could have, since it's a Friday, we could have like a trials team for like an hour block. Because how long does it take to get through an entire card? About an hour, pretty much.
Yeah, if it all goes well.
Yeah, if it all goes well. And we could have people do a run for charity, and that would be pretty interesting. And we could stream that on our Ravens Twitch, and then I think we could also have a raid team as well, and we could take up potentially a couple hours blocks and sign up for that. So something to think about, and something I wanted to definitely talk to a few individuals about and see if they'd be able to give their time for that. It's nothing crazy, not like an all-night thing. But yeah, what do you think about that, Rip?
I think it's pretty good. It's just to know how the charity works. Like, how would it bring in funds?
So, for those who don't know, charity streams, essentially what happens is we have our, of course, online channel for streaming, and what they would do is post a link to the website and the chats and everything like that, and ask them to go to that page and donate.
Right.
And that would be during our hour, and we would just push that out to all the social medias and make sure that we were just doing what we do best, you know, having fun and just pushing what we're supporting, which is Meeple Solutions. And they do have a website, and we can share that through our Twitch, Instagram, and things like that, and let them know when we're going to be live and how they can support. It should be pretty fun, I think.
Yeah, that'd be kind of good. So, how many of us can sign up to this?
Well, the way it works is that we sign up for blocks of time. So I'd have to put ourselves on a sign up and see what time slots were available. For the trials team, I was thinking it would be later in the evening, of course. But for the raid team, we could do something early Saturday, maybe. Who knows?
Work.
But it's definitely something that I want to delve into and see who will be available that day. Because August 12th and the 13th is a Friday and Saturday, and I want to make sure that we have specific individuals that are available. So, yeah.
It sounds like a lot of fun, actually. That's a good idea. So it's only going to be one raid team and one trials team, or is it as many as we can fill?
It's as many as honestly as we can fill. I mean, we could there would obviously be a prime time, you know, slot, like a team that we might spend more time with than others.
Right.
But I mean, we could definitely push that out into as many teams as possible. We could even, you know, we know the raids, we know how difficult they are, and we can definitely work that angle and have multiple teams doing different things, and maybe even set it up. I think there's a multi-Twitch option available that Mike was pushing out this weekend for our PvP event. So that's definitely something we could do. So I would like to hear, I mean, if you guys have any questions about it, then or would like more information, then please PM me, and then we can go from there. I might be creating a chat for it and seeing who we can get to dedicate some time to the cause.
I have a question. So if this charity stream is going to be a little bit popular, right? And it's only going to be for one day?
24 hours. That's it.
So, what if it is kind of popular and there's people that haven't done a raid, people that are not in the Ravens, that want to play with us?
Oh,
And we can
theoretically,
take them through the raid. Yeah.
we could do
I don't know
something
how.
like that, but I was hoping to have people who were already available and dedicate their time to it. But if something were to come up, I mean, I don't know, because I clearly people who sign up for it would be, be like wanting to help out. You know what I mean?
Right, that's what but obviously we will help out, but if I'm just thinking if there are people in the stream watching this and they're going, you know what, I'll donate this much to charity if you run me through a raid. I don't know if that's actually ethical or not, but but hey.
I don't think that's how it works. I think that's something else. That's something else entirely, right?
eh, you know,
I don't
I'll
think I
give
don't
you
I don't think that it's
it's
a
a
bad
charity, so it's
idea.
like
Yeah, but
okay, sure.
I'm not sure if that's something that the
They know
charity
how, yeah.
itself would want to be known for. Like, yeah, we'll just stick with Ravens doing Raven things,
Okay.
and then if Ravens want to do other things on their own, then that might be something they could look into.
Yeah, no, that's very good.
So, but I'll be bringing more information, um, and then we will definitely see who we can get and who wants to spend some time with it, and let's get some time blocks set up. I think that it'd be great exposure for us, and we can definitely push that because let's be real, we all want to give back, especially to a cause like gaming. Woo! Um,
Exactly.
so let's definitely think about that. But I didn't have anything else. I think I touched on all the things that I wanted to touch on. Did you have anything else, Rip?
Nope. Nope.
All right. Then I think with that, I think we're going to close out our 17th town hall. And Rip, I think we're going to get a picture. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to close it out. Oh, hey, look, it's Ace. What up, Ace? Right, he's got his clan tag on and everything. Let's see if I can get a good picture. Oh shit, this is harder than it looks. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn off my damn HUD. That might help. There it is. Alright. Rip, get close to me. Alright, there we go. Hang on. There we go. Look forward and screenshot. Bam, done. All right, Ravens, adios. It's been real.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Yep. Night, folks. Broadcast settings. Stop the broadcast.